Hi, fifth grade. We are going to go over lesson 86 of math. You need your math book. You need to have looked at the lesson overview on Jupiter. You need something to write with. And we're starting on page 448. Today we're going over multiplying fractions and whole numbers. So we have learned in previous lessons to find a fraction of a whole number, we can divide the whole number by the denominator of the fraction. So if we want to know what 1/5 of 20 is, we divide 20 by 5 and we get 4. Today, we're going to learn a different way to get the same information. We can multiply a fraction by a whole number in order to find out the same information. What is 1/4 of 16? Or so forth. So when we want to multiply a fraction by a whole number, we need to turn the whole number into a fraction, and then we simply multiply the two fractions the same way we multiply any fractions. We multiply the denominators, we multiply the numerators, and we simplify. The way to turn a whole number into a fraction is the whole number itself becomes the numerator, and the denominator of the fraction is always 1. That will turn your whole number into a fraction, and then you can just multiply. So let's look at our practice. So practice A asks us 1/3 times 4. There we go. So if I want to multiply 1/3 and 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep 1/3 just as it is, and I'm going to turn 4 into a fraction by putting it over 1. So my fraction becomes 1/3 times 4 once, 4 over 1. I multiply my numerators, which gives me 4. I multiply my denominators, which gives me 3. So now what I have is an inability to figure out which way the camera goes, is 4/3. If I simplify 4/3, that's going to give me 1 and 1/3. So 1/3 times 4 is 1 and 1/3. Okay? B asks me 3/5 times 2. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep 3/5 as it is. I'm going to turn the whole number 2 into a fraction. I do that by putting it over 1. So my problem becomes 3/5 times 2 once. When I do my multiplication, I multiply my numerators. That gives me 6, 3 times 2. I multiply my denominators. 5 times 1 gives me 5. So my first multiplication gives me 6/5. I want to make sure that I simplify my answer. I don't want to leave that as an improper fraction. 6/5 gives me 1 and 1/5. Just like that. C asks me for 2/3 times 2. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, only I'm kind of running out of paper, so I'm going to do it over here. 2/3 stays the same. I'm going to multiply that by 2 as a fraction, which means 2 over 1. Right? So that's my new problem. I multiply my numerators. 2 times 2 gives me 4. I multiply my denominators. 3 times 1 gives me 3. And I get the product 4/3. I want to simplify my fractions so that I don't have an improper fraction where my numerator is bigger than my denominator. And that gives me 1 and 1/3. So 2/3 times 2 is 1 and 1/3. Fair enough? So the commutative property of multiplication, as you will recall, means that the order of the factors doesn't matter. And that is still true when you are multiplying fractions. Each fraction is a factor in your multiplication problem, and which factor comes first is really irrelevant. You'll get the same answer. And we'll demonstrate this here using D. What number is 1/5 of 4? So, what number is 1/5 of 4? In order to find that out, I want to multiply. I want to multiply 1/5 times 4. I want to turn 4 into a fraction, which means 4/1. When I do that, I multiply my numerators. 1 times 4 is 4. I multiply my denominators. 1 times 5 is 5. And I get the fraction 4/5. That number is what is 1/5 of 4. Now, what if I put 4 first? If I wanted to know what 4 times 1/5 was, I still make 4 into a fraction, 4/1, and I multiply it by 1/5. I would write it that way with my factors in the reverse order. 1 times 4 is still going to be 4. 1 times 5 is still going to be 5. So even with my factors in the opposite order, I still get the same product, 4/5. Remember, that's the commutative property of multiplication. All right, we'll do our last two practice here very quickly. Our practice E asks us, what number is 1/6 of 5? So it's asking me what is 1/6 times 5. 1/6, I'm going to multiply by 5 as a fraction, which is 5/1. My multiplication problem is going to look like that. 1 times 5, multiplying my numerators, is 5. 1 times 6, multiplying my denominators, is 6. And the number I get is 5/6. 1/6 of 5 is 5/6. And then my last question is question F. So what number is 2/3 of 5? It's the exact same process. I'm going to multiply 2/3 times 5. In order to do so, I turn 5, the whole number, into a fraction. 5 becomes the numerator. The denominator is 1. And I have the multiplication problem, 2/3 times 5/1. I multiply my numerators. 2 times 5 gives me 10. I multiply my denominators. 3 times 1 gives me 3. My initial product is 10/3. I don't want to leave that improper fraction there, so I'm going to treat it like a division problem, writing any remainder as a fraction. 10 divided by 3 is going to be 3 1/3. So the number that is 2/3 of 5 is 3 1/3. That is how you multiply fractions and whole numbers. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys here later.